Hey guys, what's up? So Ness and I are heading on our 1 week vacation, and then I actually am heading on to a visa run to Cambodia and likely Hong Kong. Now, before we do so, I wanted to show you how I pack for 2 weeks, and I'm really excited because this is something I take a lot of pride in. I am using a nomadic backpack and a nomadic carry-on Pro. Now, on this trip specifically, I've got the nomadic backpack. I wanted to show you how I do this, but I also wanted to keep in mind when you are packing for a roll-on carry-on and a small backpack, this is how I would normally do it. So let me take you through my packing drill and packing list. And if you're looking for more information on this, make sure to check out my website, mikewgunn.com, and I'll be giving you a free PDF download of my packing list that you can use. This is specifically for 2 weeks in South Asia and Southeast Asia during monsoon season. With that being said, you can pretty well use this anywhere. The only time I would not use this is if you're packing for cooler climates. As you can see, I'm pretty soaked in sweat right now. But anyways, that's also just because it is humid and it's like 30 degrees with 100% humidity here right now in Chandigarh as we board our train off to Delhi, then fly off to Jodhpur, fly off to Jodhpur, drive about 2.5 hours and check into our little boutique hotel where we'll be staying for a week, taking some well-needed and required vacation. So anyways, let's get packing. I'm going to take you on this journey with us, and I can't wait to see you there. Next week I'll be uploading our video on the actual hotel experience, and I can't wait to show you that. I'm very excited for this property. My wife Ness found it, and I think it'll be something really special. Peace, see you there.
What's up, fellow foodies and travelers? It's Mike here, and in this video I'm walking you through everything I pack for 2 weeks in Asia. That'll be 1 week in Rajasthan during the monsoon season, where my wife and I are taking a well-required vacation, staying in a beautiful boutique hotel, and the other week split between Cambodia and likely Hong Kong. And yes, I'm doing all of this with just a carry-on and a backpack. So let's break it down into 5 essential categories: documents, clothing, tech, toiletries, and everything else which I classify as miscellaneous that doesn't really fit into those other buckets. So let's start with number 1. Documents and paper. First up, documents, probably the most important. Honestly, I say this to everybody, you can really forget everything except your passport and wallet. Really, it comes down to those 2 things, so always check for that first. Everything else you can buy, and with your passport you can go. So with that being said, here's the list and everything that I pack under heading number 1, documents and paper. My passport. I always like to carry my travel insurance and papers, a digital copy stored on my phone as well. I then have my wallet, which is actually just a card holder. And that has a couple of credit cards, my debit card, and I always double check that all my cards are updated as well on my phone under Apple Pay. In case I actually lost my wallet, I can still go ahead and book things and pay for stuff. Then I've got flight itineraries, which is hotel bookings and e-visas, all saved offline in my phone, files, app, and backed up on my iCloud storage. Then I also carry a physical copy of the papers as well. I usually carry a small journal or notebook, just sometimes to write some thoughts down or use it for my work on the go. I always carry my Bible. Being a Christian, I like to just have that on me for my morning devotions. Okay, I usually then carry a couple of pens and also my driver's license, especially useful when renting vehicles at airports or wanting to hire a scooty or something like that to get around. Okay, section number 2, clothing. Now remember, this is for 2 weeks in mixed climates. And also remember, it's all for carry-on only. Okay, so let's talk about clothes. I'm packing for a mix of monsoon in Rajasthan, hot and humid Cambodia, and then likely the urban buzz of Hong Kong. I still have yet to book that flight, so let's see. So I need breathable, quick-dry fabrics, smart, casual options, and some exercise gear, all rolled up tight. Here's my list. I usually carry 7 pairs of underwear. That means I only need to wash once during that 2-week period. Same with socks, 7 pairs. Ideally, no-show socks because they take up a lot less room and honestly just look cooler. I usually have 5 quick-dry t-shirts, such as Lululemon or even some of the ones I pick up from Uniqlo. and these are usually thin and breathable. I also carry 2 short sleeve dress shirts that I can use for evenings out or meetings, stuff like that. I love to have 1 pair of Lululemons, especially their ABC pants, or a pair of chinos that I like to carry, one of the two, just something a little bit dressier that is versatile and you can either dress up or down. I carry a pair of jeans for cooler nights or city strolling. I have 2 anti-sweat tank tops, which I love to call my wife lover shirts. And those are great for just layering or lounging. I particularly like them, especially if I have a cotton t-shirt. Those just tend to soak up the sweat, and so my t-shirts aren't looking sweaty at all. I then have 1 long sleeve shirt, sometimes a hoodie or just a pullover fleece or something. Those are great for if you're in kind of a, AC mall or a cooler plane or something like that, and you just need a little extra layer. One, I always carry a set of exercise gear, which includes my phone armband for running, along with a pair of run shorts and my merino wool socks that I use for running as well. And then lastly, under clothing, I carry 1 pair of swim trunks, which is either for the beach or the pool or even a little bit of spa time sitting in a sauna or something like that. As for shoes, I carry 1 pair of either beach sandals or like strap-on form of hiking sandals, which are very useful for a lot of different types of conditions. I always carry 1 pair of casual or dress sneakers, something white or maybe like a penny loafer, something like that. And then lastly, my 3rd pair, I always carry a pair of running shoes, and these are all packed into individual shoe bags. I generally wear my heavier sandals or my runners just to save space in my carry-on, because obviously a pair of flip-flops is very light. Finally, for clothing, I carry a baseball cap, and that's just either for style or for the sun, even just sometimes for some sweat control, something like that. Category 3, I put this in tech and gear. So I travel with a fair bit of gear, especially for content creation, but it still fits in my backpack quite comfortably, actually. So I've got a MacBook Pro, so I would put your computer, your laptop, and charger as well. If you carry a tablet, I don't, because I just don't see the need when I have a computer and my iPhone. But if you have a tablet, this would fit really well in there as well. And then, of course, I've got my Kindle, which I always load my books onto that. Even if I own the physical copy, the paper or hardback copy at home, I download it onto my Kindle and just buy it again, because it just saves so much space and weight. And ultimately, you can save money if you're having to carry stuff on and not check in your bag. Under my camera gear, I carry my mic, my compact tripod, and a gimbal, and then usually my SD card with 1 terabyte storage. And lastly, an external battery pack for charging everything on the go, especially if you're flying budget and you don't find all the charging ports under your seat or something. Battery packs are really useful. Other things which you definitely do not want to forget, because they're a little bit hard to find on the go and can be quite expensive. You need your phone charger and a phone, obviously. You need a universal multi-port travel adapter. I carry one that has 2 USB-C as well as 2 USB, along with a couple of other just classic things. So it's kind of an all-in-one. I just need 1 single charging port anywhere in the world, and I can charge all my devices at the same time. Super useful. Make sure to remember all your cables for all those devices labeled above for charging. And finally, bring a pair of headphones. Ideally noise cancellation for flights and even editing. And then all of this I roll up into just a tiny little tech case and throw that into my backpack and carry that on with me. That way at airports, some airports, especially India, they are quite strict with their security and require you to pull out about half of your stuff. So in terms of just making things easier in airports, I'm all about that, because we pass through them quite often. So I throw all my wires and charging things into 1 tech case, and that just allows me to pull it all out. Now, in this video particularly, I'm actually carrying my backpack. So in this case, it has a special pocket for all my tech, which I just open up actually at security and just let them look through it. If I'm carrying a rolling carry-on, then I would put these into a tech case. Okay, category number 4 is toiletries and medicine kit. This is how I pack every single time I go somewhere, so I hope it brings you some value as well. One is my little shaving kit, which includes a razor, shaving cream, and an electric buzzer. I always carry deodorant with me. If I'm checking a bag in, I always make sure to throw my deodorant into my backpack that I'm carrying on, because it just makes everyone else happier around me. I carry a chafe stick for those hot runs and humid days to protect my my lower regions, especially if I'm out on a run or something in a hot, humid environment. And then I have my nail clippers, my tweezers, and that's about it for those things. Then I've got toothbrush, toothpaste, and floss for dental. Those 3 things are all highly required. Sometimes I carry shampoo and conditioner just in case I'm not staying in hotels that have those things, or sometimes Airbnbs don't include it, so I just keep those with me along the way. I prefer to carry a waterproof bag for wet swim gear, especially if I'm just checking into something fast, but I wanted to go for a quick dip in the morning. I don't want that getting all my other stuff wet, and that way it kind of just keeps that contained into a waterproof bag for your swimwear. Other miscellaneous items in my medicine and shaving kit, I carry Q-tips and earplugs, and trust me, those earplugs have come into handy many times, especially traveling in Asia where sometimes the streets are really busy or there's dogs barking. Earplugs really help. I always have sunscreen. I tend to carry SPF 50 at least, even on my face. Sometimes I put 80, but you do need that in Southeast Asia and India because the sun here is very strong. I carry a small first aid kit, and when I say small, I mean it's like a sandwich Ziploc style bag, and I just put some essentials in there. I put Advils, ibuprofen, Tylenol cold and flu as well. I usually like to carry a set of antibiotics just in case, it's hard to get to a doctor or something. That would usually be for either diarrhea or like a serious strep throat or something. I always carry throat lozenges, electrolytes, and Band-Aids. Band-Aids are particularly useful, especially if you've kind of, gotten a bit of a blister or something on the back of your foot from a long day of walking or hiking, or if, of course, you've just, happened to nick your finger in something or whatever. They're very useful. I also like to carry Allegra and nasal spray just in case allergies flare up from dust and animals, pollution, or mold, which are common culprits in Asia. All of this fits into a nice little pouch, so it's really easy to pull out if anyone asks what these things are, which I don't really get questioned on them, but just in case. And then for last category, this is miscellaneous. And under this, these are just items that I've gotten used to carrying with me every time I travel, purely just to make my life a little easier. So I carry a Tide stick with me. It's just a little sort of clothing stick that helps to remove stains, especially if you've spilt something on your shirt while you're flying. I find this really useful. I like to carry breath mints. That's more for those around me, especially after getting off a night flight and I can't really get to brush my teeth right away. I like to carry a rain jacket and often a compact umbrella, especially during the monsoon season in Asia. I just find these 2 things are really useful. I carry a fanny pack or a crossbody bag, and that just helps me kind of keep my things together when I don't want to carry a larger backpack through cities and stuff. And so I'll throw, just the basics like my wallet and some cash and, my hotel key, stuff like that I can easily just sort of throw into a small pack and carry that around with me through cities and jungles or wherever I might be heading for the day. I also like to carry, at least with me on flights and stuff, and even in hotels sometimes too, if the water is really expensive or they're not willing to give you free water. I like to carry a reusable water bottle. Often I just fill this at night in the restaurant using filtered water, and I like to carry that on me as well through airports, especially if they make you empty it. You can just walk right through and fill it back up, usually at a filling station in most airports around the world, and that just saves plastic and money. Hand sanitizer, that's just a must, or at least like wipes that are 99.9% germ efficient. Something just to kind of wipe down your side table next to your bed, and maybe the bathroom handles and stuff like that. We kind of like to wipe down our hotel just a little bit before spending the night or several nights in it. I carry a rain cover for my backpack, and this again is super useful, especially since it'll have a lot of my expensive gear in it, like my laptop and mics and things like that. I carry a backpack rain cover that can just be strapped over my little backpack and keep things safe from any sort of Asian downpours that happen. I carry a multi It's like they're kind of my sunglasses, but and my reading glasses in one. And I believe they're Armani. I have to look at it, but they've got like a magnet, and so I can actually clip the sunglasses over top of my reading glasses, which helps kind of limit weight. And it's very useful too. Like if you're on a beach, you don't really want to be wearing reading glasses because you can't really read your book in like super hot sun and stuff. And it just helps, now you're not carrying two pairs. That's one less thing that you need to lose or get stolen or break. And then you've got 2 in 1 basically. So I find these really useful. Hey, so a few items that I have forgotten to include, which are actually important. One of the things that both my wife and I always try and carry with us, just especially for those like super early morning departures or when you just feel like you need a quick caffeine dose, is Starbucks instant coffee packets. Now I know, there's a lot of better coffee out there than Starbucks, but they have made it incredibly convenient for making a quick coffee on the go. So I always make sure that we have those with us. Sometimes too, if you're just staying at a nicer hotel, they charge a lot if you need a coffee, like $5 or $10. And honestly, I just find I'm like, okay, well, for under $1, I can make a quick coffee in my room. So yeah, that's another thing worth packing under the miscellaneous section. Second thing is a belt, which I completely forgot to mention. Now, if your pants fit well, you actually don't need a belt. I tend to carry a belt, one, because it just feels a bit more comfortable and it actually helps break up the top and bottom of my outfits. And second, of course, if your pants are a little bit on the loose side, then it's nice to just hold them up. A belt does help with those things. Now, I would wear my belt if I'm packing, just because it then takes up less space in my carry-on. But just to give you an idea, that's the second thing. Third thing that I've missed in this video, which is actually important. Now, I know a lot of people choose not to do this, but is cash. Cash can go under your documents and all of those things in that category, but cash is just a good thing to carry. Even if you just have $100 on you in US currency or another major currency, just to have on you in case for whatever reason it's an emergency and you've lost your wallet or it was stolen or something. Having cash on you helps a lot. And another little tip, which I've actually learned to do, is have your passport details memorized along with your credit card, including the CVV. This is because if you ever are stranded, you can actually go online and book yourself something regardless of whether you have your information on you or not. I think it's just a good pro tip that's worth trying out when you're on the move. Have your passport details. I have all of my details, expiry date, issue date, where it was issued, the passport number. I have all of that honestly just memorized. And the second thing is to have your credit card details memorized as well, at least one major credit card that airlines will accept. So that's it. Everything I'm bringing for 2 weeks in Asia. One bag, one backpack, and complete flexibility. This setup keeps me comfortable, presentable, and organized, whether I'm exploring or working from a hotel lounge or just enjoying a street food tour in the rain. This has all got me covered. Let me know what your must-haves are, and I'd love to be able to incorporate that into mine, and maybe we can glean some information off each other. And if you found this helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button, because next week I'm bringing you inside a boutique hotel in Jaipur, which is where we're going to be staying for the next week, and you definitely don't want to miss it. It is absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to share this with you. All right, thanks for packing with me. Stay safe, and see you out there on the road. Peace.